I am back. I am. I'm ready. Ready to go down into here and let's get another enchantment on the go. Protection 4 helmet. And it's only protection 4, of course. Right, I am having a wander. I got some of the most important stuff on me. The berries, very go lucky, and I'm gonna do some exploring. So that way is where we spawned in. It's got the dark oak. I think the spruce was over there and the big, like, cliff stuff. This way, I've walked a little bit, not too far. It just seems to be, like, what you see there, pretty much. And then on either side, we've got oceans. So I'm gonna have a look to see what I can find. We're adventurers and we're gonna adventure in the adventure lands of over here. And obviously because you're on the sea, it's obviously drier on the sea than it is on land. Like all this is just raining, but on the sea, you know, I mean, especially if you jump in the water, then you can't see any water at all, right? That's how it works. Of course it does. Okay. And onwards we go to new lands and new destinations. Let's see if there is interesting stuff over here. Anything like worth a while. I want to get a saddle because I did tame a couple of horses, and a saddle would be very nice. Then I can ride the horses and everything is good. Oh, we got some ice. We got ice indeed. I don't have silk touch, so this is just nice. This ice is nice. Got a Christmas tree over there. Oh, polar bears. Oh, look. Some of these. It's like. Look at the snow. I don't know, like. So I came from there, so I guess we go this way. Let's have a look at what this is. The chest. I'll build the tree. What leaves do I want? Do I want these leaves? Are these leaves good leaves? No, they're terrible. I want you. Give me all of your leaves. What do these leaves look like next to each other? Do they look okay? Let me test. Or do they look the same? They look exactly the same, don't they? Kind of ish. Yes, exactly the same. Are they called something different as well? They are. They look the same. I might be good at eyes and stuff. I don't know how many of this stuff I need, but we be shopping. So over the next few clips, it's just going to build up a tree. So this wooden thing is actually a water chute. So where we've got the zombie spawner below, the zombies go up the tree trunk and then drop back down to the side. And to try and decorate it, because otherwise it would just be this eyesore in the middle, I'm decided to, you know, make it a tree, make it look a little bit nicer. And so here's me just trying to, place some roots in to make the tree look a bit more like, grounded, and like it's not just this wooden thing sticking out of the ground. Later on, I'm gonna change the sand to grass, because this whole bit's gonna be grass. It's not gonna be sand. So I'm just at the moment just going through it, trying to build up the roots. And now we get moving on to the branches for the tree. Obviously, every tree has a branch, and we need to move it out and make it, try and give it some kind of true organic kind of tree shape. And it's at the moment my plan was just to just place blocks into some kind of design of a tree, and just hopefully it looks okay. And we're moving on to a separate side of the tree to build a few more branches. And it's it gets interesting, trying to give different layers, coming out at different angles, so it's not just looking like in a way going two-dimensional. I know it's still a 3D thing, but if you do them out the diagonals as well as the straight on, I think it can create more interesting shapes. And that's my whole thought process while doing this, is just try and create some interesting shapes. So we used a few fences just to create thinner branches, I guess, and to have, again, just trying and create a shape that's interesting. Again, another root, another branch coming out from the side. I've done a lot of these diagonal ones to try and create shapes, and now obviously we start putting down the leaves. And again, my whole thought process was just spam down a load of leaves. Hopefully it hopefully it looks all bushy and nice looking at the end, and trying to get away from straight edges, trying to stop all the straight edges, and give it like a bit of shape and fluffiness was partly what I was looking for. So we start looking at the other branch and wanting to fill this one out as well. And again, the whole tactic that I went with was just to spam the leaves in, and hopefully that by the end of it will look fluffy, look nice. And we do actually step back a few times, and that will come up in a second of stepping back. But right now it's like doing this tactic, it somewhat works, but I think there's probably a more strategic way, because I had to edit it. We'll show you this in a sec. Again, just looking at filling it out, and here's us stepping back, looking at the progress. It was like, right, okay, I definitely need more underneath, because underneath it looked a bit bare. But I find it was kind of important, really, to take step backs while building this, because like I say, in a way I was building it kind of random, but trying to have an actual strategy of doing it. And then start going on to the next branch, and then it's just same old tactic, let's spam a load of leaves on. That's what I got so far. Oh god. Ugh. It isn't done by any stretch. feel like it's too bushy. So after deciding that there was too many leaves on the on the trunk of it, I was going to reduce the level with my shears, because I realised I was making a floor. You see me looking at the trunk, and I was basically, my thought process was there's too much on the trunk, and you don't really have leaves on the trunk. They all come out the branches. So it was good time to step away, I think, because I managed to catch up and make sure I could prevent that mistake. And also, like, I felt like this side was a little bit like lacking. So the idea was to make the branches bushier and the near inside the tree a little bit lighter. And I also thought, let's put in a few more fences in to try and create new shape, and try and have reason for the bushes to poke out as much as they are in some places. And because you'll have that little bit of brown that you can see, that's the tree. And I was like trying to make sure I'm putting a few in different places, because again, it was about trying to create that shape and the reason for the bushes to be bushy, and to try and like get away from all the spaces that are a little bit empty. This is the first half of the tree. I mean, does it look okay? I think it looks okay, right? Just needs a crowning top over it. Maybe that will make it look fine. So this is what we move on to next, is building up this tree in the center at the top, just to make it look more like an actual tree looks like. Looking out my window at a tree, it kind of like, if you think of it in a 2D shape in a way, it's kind of like an upside down V shape, where it's thicker at the bottom, where the branches are at least, and then it goes to the top where it thins out a bit. So that's the plan of using fences as branches, and this will with the idea of creating it looking like it thins out a little bit on the top. And then when we get this covered up with bushes, the hope that the process is that it does kind of create that shape. And it is like I think it's autumn. Is it autumn or winter? I can't remember when season starts, but there are no leaves on these trees outside. So I'm trying to remember how trees look perfectly. But yeah, just filling out these, and hopefully the process was like, if we do this, it should hopefully have some kind of resemblance to a tree. It's definitely a big tree. That looks alright. I like the look of that bit. That's got a nice shape to it. Let's check over angle. How about it? It's not as good as the other angle, but I think that's okay, maybe. Do you know what? I don't know. Like, some angles look fine. This one looks a bit jankier, doesn't it? And then I think that's fine-ish. I mean, it's just, I think it's just this angle. I think this angle's the worst. So let's see what we can do with this. So if we try and just make it come out a little bit, maybe. Let's see if doing this makes any difference. Let's see. I think it's better. I don't think it's too bad though. I think it looks okay. I do like this angle though. I think this angle is like the best. But what do you think? Personally, I think it's, you know, for a first attempt, I think it's okay. It, if anything, it's probably too chunky for the size of it. It's probably too small, but I don't really want to make it bigger. I'm not a tree. I'm not, like I say, I'm not a builder, so getting this done like this is I think it looks okay though. Makes sense that it's in sand. Probably not. So at some point I will replace all this with dirt. You know, and this will obviously eventually turn into grass. I think I'm happy with this. Like I say, it is slightly on the chunky side, but there's not really a lot I can do about that. Because this is first and foremost a drop shoot for zombies, right? So the function has come first, and then the design of a tree has come second. But that is all I've got left now for this episode. So let me know if you like the tree. And yeah, this is my favorite angle. But yeah, we will see you next time. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.